Having a strong libido as a man is important. Not only is it about getting it on with your lady, but about having a drive and energy to succeed in life, business, and so forth. Yet, more and more men are seeing a libido decline. But before you think you need to take that little blue pill to see your performance blossom, there are tons of natural ways that will increase your libido as well as improve your mood, happiness, energy, performance, and strength. First, what are we referring to when we talk about libido? Libido refers to sex drive. In this case, I don't just mean having sex. Sexual drive can also be characterized as sexual energy that you can transmute to other areas of life like business or living a daring and adventurous life. Let me put it like this. When dogs are fixed, they go basically from being wild animals to submissive pets. When male dogs lose their nuts, they're losing their masculine sexual drive that gives them desire, aggressiveness, essentially ambition. And that's how we're able to domesticate them and get them to roll over for a treat. But they lose the drive that makes them great protectors and hunters, hence why guard dogs and hunting dogs are neutered. And so, increasing your libido won't only help with sex, it will help you maintain a peak mental and physical state. I've broken down 7 simple yet powerful ways to skyrocket your libido. First, I'll cover habits you can easily implement starting today. Then I'll give you the top natural libido boosting foods and ingredients that every man should be consuming on a daily basis, low libido or not. When you combine all 7 methods, you experience increased sexual desire, more blood flow and harder erections, and higher energy and performance. Let's get into it. Method number 1 is to stop watching porn. Especially in the 21st century, people will say porn is natural and harmless, but that couldn't be further from the truth. A study published in Behavioral Sciences reported that there is a link between watching porn and erectile dysfunction. You're subconsciously warping your expectations of sex, so you can only be aroused by the unrealistic and the visual. Porn also destroys a man's sense of delayed gratification, which is important to achieving anything in life. Rather than building up sexual energy and using it for sex and towards achieving your goals, you're giving yourself an instant and automatic dopamine hit. Dopamine is an important neurotransmitter involved in your reward circuitry. Basically, you're altering your built-in reward system over time. So instead of setting and accomplishing goals, you opt for a quick fix, and that applies to more than just sex. And since you can develop an addiction, you're building a habit that can have worse effects over time. So cut out porn. Focus on improving your thoughts and behavior so you can have a healthy sex life while fueling your ambition at the same time. Method number 2 is lower body fat. Excess body fat doesn't just affect your physique, it impacts your health, energy, hormones, and of course your libido. Research found that men with a BMI or body mass index of 28, which is overweight, increased a man's risk of developing ED by 90%. Body fat specifically stored in the belly seems to cause the most problems. A Harvard study found men with a 42-inch waist were 2 times as likely to experience erectile dysfunction than men with a 32-inch waist. Another study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine looked at 810 men randomly selected in Australia. One of the strongest predictors of ED was having a high amount of abdominal fat mass. So now the question is, how do you lose weight and belly fat to increase your libido? We got that question answered in a 2-year Italian study. 110 obese men suffering from ED were put on an intensive weight loss program with meetings with a nutritionist, dietary counseling, and meetings with a personal trainer. Men in this group lost an average of 15 kilos. Their inflammatory markers also decreased, and a whopping 31% of these men had their sexual function restored. But for the group not having this lifestyle intervention, only 5% didn't suffer from ED anymore. To lose belly fat and fat overall, you need to have a balanced, T-boosting diet that puts you in a caloric deficit to lose fat. As you lose fat, it will eventually come off your midsection as well. Throw in consistent heavy weight training plus a couple sections of high intensity interval training, and you have a solid plan to lose belly fat. It's really not that complicated, though it's also not that easy. Method number 3, alcohol. Yes, it's true that 1 or 2 drinks may increase your sexual desire in the short term, And I have nothing against having a couple drinks every now and then. The problem arises when you have chronic consumption of alcohol. Research by Arakel and Benegal studied the prevalence of sexual dysfunction in men with alcohol dependence. 72% of men had some type of sexual dysfunction, like premature ejaculation, low sexual desire, and erectile dysfunction. A study published in the World Journal of Cardiology found that alcohol increases hormones called angiotensin. Angiotensin can lead to vasoconstriction, leading to less blood flow in your crotch. That's why alcohol and angiotensin have been linked to erectile dysfunction. And the more alcohol you consume, the more severe these issues are. Bottom line, feel free to have some alcohol every now and then. Just remember that chronic consumption of alcohol is going to impact your sex drive. Method number 4, reduce stress. Reducing stress improves most areas of life like happiness, immunity, and testosterone levels. Reducing stress is an important way to increase your libido as well. While we mostly talk about physical causes of low libido, let's talk about the psychological impacts of stress. Research shows that psychological impacts of stress can cause impotence in men. This shouldn't be too surprising, but if your mind isn't present, it's going to be tough to get it up. A 2013 study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that veterans with PTSD had more than a 3 times higher chance of experiencing sexual dysfunction. Of course, post-traumatic stress disorder is characterized by having a ton of stress. This means that a breakup, death of a loved one, and financial issues can temporarily lower your libido. If you don't manage stress on a chronic level, this libido issue can become a long-term one. Fortunately, low libido caused by stress can be reduced effectively with proper intervention like gratitude, proper sleep, and a healthy lifestyle. A 2013 study published in Andrologia compared 2 groups of men. One had tadalafil and the other had tadalafil plus an 8-week stress management program. Both groups experienced improvement in stress and sexual dysfunction, but there were definitely very interesting results. Men practicing stress management experienced significantly lower stress levels than the group only taking medication. The stress management group also experienced lower cortisol levels, and both lower stress and lower cortisol were associated with improved sexual function. In other words, if you work on reducing stress, you can expect higher libido as a result. There are also physiological effects of stress. One important effect of stress is that it causes a rise in cortisol, like we saw in the study mentioned. But cortisol is the antagonist of testosterone. According to research, when cortisol is high, testosterone lowers as a result. And if your T levels drop, you can expect a lower sex drive. So do everything you can to remain present and avoid worrying. Method number 5, improve your sleep. As we've mentioned in previous videos, sleep is crucial to your T levels and libido. Research published in Brain Research found a link between sleep loss, low testosterone levels, and sexual dysfunction. Budweiser and colleagues found that sleep apnea is a major risk factor for sexual dysfunction and erectile dysfunction. Lastly, a study in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine found that 1/3 of men with obstructive sleep apnea had lower T levels. Considering testosterone is a major hormone impacting your sex drive, men with improper sleep and low testosterone often experience decreased libido and sexual activity as a result. I recommend you get 8 hours of sleep. Before you claim you're too busy, I'll let you know that I was in the same position. I heard an Arnold Schwarzenegger video where he talks about 6 hours of sleep per night. Sleep less, work more, right? But when I read The One Thing by Gary Keller and Essentialism by Greg McKeown, I changed the way I structured work. I set clear cutoff time at the end of my workday, and I finished my most important work first thing in the morning without dividing my attention with anything else. When I added a proper daily sleep schedule, I not only got 6 hours, but it was a significantly better sleep quality. My work performance skyrocketed, so I got more work done in less time, and this increased sleep quality also improved my testosterone levels and libido as well. Method number 6, consume libido boosting foods. In addition to the 5 lifestyle changes I just mentioned, there are also foods and ingredients you can consume that will boost libido. Foods that boost libido have 3 major effects. 1, they boost testosterone. 2, they directly increase your sex drive. 3, they increase blood flow. I can cover the best T boosting foods in another video, so I'll just run through a few of the major foods that help directly with sex drive and blood flow. Beets. Beets contain nitrates, which turn into nitric oxide. According to Pharmacology and Therapeutics, nitric oxide is a vasodilator which opens up your blood vessels and improves blood flow. It's one of the best ways to get a pump in the gym. It also relaxes your corpus cavernosum, which is spongy erectile tissue that fills with blood so you can have an erection. Next is garlic plus vitamin C. Research shows that garlic improves blood circulation. In fact, it contains allicin, which increases blood flow to sexual organs in both men and women. These effects are enhanced when you combine garlic with vitamin C. Pomegranate. The Beckman Research Institute reported that pomegranate is rich in L-arginins, or ET. ETs help prevent converting androgens to estrogen, which interfere with testosterone production and libido. Al-Dujaili and Smail found that 1 glass of pomegranate juice a day for 2 weeks boosted testosterone by 24% and reduced blood pressure. Next is watermelon. Watermelon is on the list because it contains L-citrulline. This is an amino acid that converts to arginine and then nitric oxide in the body. Research published in Urology found that men supplementing with citrulline helped with erectile dysfunction. The blood flow benefits are exactly why L-citrulline is one of the best ingredients in pre-workouts too. Method number 7 is consume other libido boosting ingredients. Now that we covered some common foods, let's talk about some ingredients you can supplement with. Number 1 is ginseng. Ginseng is a proven virality enhancing ingredient that's been used for over 2,000 years. In a Korean study, they took 45 men with moderate to severe erectile dysfunction. Supplementing 900 milligrams 3 times per day led to significant improvement in sexual satisfaction and getting a hard erection. Maca root. A study from Zurich, Switzerland found there's a compound in maca root called p-methoxybenzoyl isothiocyanate, which creates aphrodisiac-like activity in the body. An aphrodisiac is a substance that stimulates sexual desire, sexual behavior, and sexual pleasure. More research even found that maca root increased sexual desire, positive mood, and relaxation while reducing depression and anxiety. Next is Tongat Ali. This is a herb found in Malaysia that has become a popular libido booster and also significantly improves fertility. A 2012 study from Malaysia tested the effects of Tongat Ali or placebo on 109 men ages 30 to 55. At the end of the study, the Tongat Ali group had higher erectile function scores, sexual libido increased 14%, sperm motility increased 44.4%. and semen volume increased 18.2%. There are a few more proven ingredients that can skyrocket your libido, but they're a headache to get a hold of and get in the proper amounts. So I did the work for you and included all of the most important libido boosting ingredients in Man Mojo. Most libido boosters on the market simply don't work. They're full of unproven ingredients or ones in inadequate amounts hidden behind fancy marketing. Man Mojo has full doses of nature's most potent and proven sex drive and sex performance nutrients. It's the only alpha male performance formula that is designed so you can perform in the bedroom as well as fuel you to perform towards your goals in life and in business and so forth. If you want to skyrocket your libido, performance, and drive, grab Man Mojo by visiting the link in the description down below. It's a great supplement. Alright man, that's it. Thanks for watching this video. To really increase your sex drive once and for all, make sure you take note of the 7 methods in this video. And don't forget to go down to the link in the description so you can learn more about Man Mojo.